Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing good this evening. Well, today I've been getting ready to plant tomatoes. I know it's early, but I have a certain way I did it last year and it turned out really good, and I'm going to do it that way this year, except one row I'm going to change. I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. I learned some things about the root system on a tomato, and so guys, I'm going to do it one way in one row, one way in the other. But we're going to go over step by step everything that I did last year. You're going to get to see it, and guys, it really does work good. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now guys, I used my gas powered post hole digger, and it saved me a tremendous amount of time. When I started digging these, I dug 13 holes, and it took me between 7 and 8 minutes to do them holes. And that's an 8-inch diameter hole, 12 inches deep. And so guys, if I had to do that with a post hole digger, it would have taken me hours. I hit tree roots, you know, it got hung up a couple times, and you do really want to hold on to it while you're using it. But guys, it saved hours of labor, and my back would have been hurting for days if I had done that with a post hole digger. So guys, I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you, I'm going to start out and show you why I did everything I did, okay? So hang on just a second. Okay guys, so what I did was I put a string here, and so that let me keep this row straight, because when I go to trellis this, I'm going to use one continuous trellis for all my tomato plants. And you can look down through there, and I got some off a little bit. Guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's gardening. It'll be just fine. And from last year, I did the same thing, and I can make allowances with that with the other fence posts that I'm going to put in. So not a problem there. And then what I did was I measured over. You can see the other string back here. So what I have is roughly 3 foot between plants, and I've got 4 foot between rows. So, and I did try to offset my holes a little bit from one row to the next to allow a little more airflow between the rows. And so guys, it turned out pretty good last year. I did have a problem last year, but that was with a stupid walnut tree, which I'm way away from that. So this is going to just really tell me how good this really does, because some came out really, really great, and others I had problems with. So we're going to find out this year if it was the walnut tree, or if it was maybe just the variety that I grew. So guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get you down here. I'm going to show you the hole. I'm going to show you all the amendments that I put in it, and what I did, and what I learned that I wish I had done last year. So let's get down here. Okay guys, so one of the things that I should have done different, and I didn't do it last year, was I should have removed all this dirt from around the hole, because I have a reason why I have to do it this early in the year. But the problem is it will fill this hole back in, so I don't want to have to go back too many times and re-dig it. I might have to a little bit, but I'm going to try to save on that. And then I'm just going to hand dig this out and get all that loose dirt out of there. Now if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and take a spade or something and go down there, because I've got this real hard clay soil, and that's what got me started doing this, was just trying to help them roots get, you know, more room to grow. And so I could take a spade or something and you know, break that up down at the bottom and let them roots go down. But I don't think that's necessarily something that you have to do. So I've got this hole ready, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill this up with rabbit manure and alfalfa pellets. Now guys, this is obviously, it's going to sink down, but here's why I have to start this when I do, is one, I won't have enough rabbit manure to do all this, okay? You know, I'm going to have a lot of holes. And so I got to allow myself time for that. But then another one is, for whatever reason, worms really like rabbit manure. And so even though it is winter, we're still going to have warm days. And these worms are going to come in here and get in there and work this over and help break it down. And rabbit manure is just one of those things that is just a great manure. It's not hot. You can use it almost immediately after you get it from the rabbits. And so this is what I was scared of last year, is I was going to have too much nitrogen for my tomatoes. Well, that proved to not be true. But I want to give it plenty of time to just break down and everything. You know, rabbit manure is a 2-1-1, so it's a pretty balanced fertilizer. And the alfalfa pellets, these guys right here, they are a 2-2-1. So you're getting nitrogen, but you're also getting phosphorus and potassium. Guys, it worked out really good. So I'm going to try it again, but let me show you over here what I'm doing, because I am going to change a little bit. So hang on, let me show you what I got going over here. Okay guys, like I said at the start of the video, I did some research, and this is another thing for beginning gardeners. I love to read about gardening. I love to read all different kinds of things, but you do want to be careful where you get your information from. So what I have found when I'm going to do a video and I want to research something or double check something, I use a lot of college studies and things like that. I don't really follow like gardening blogs or vlogs or whatever they are. I want data. I want, you know, proof. And so what I did is I was reading an article from Michigan State University, and they were talking about, really, the bottom line is a tomato root actually grows a lot like a pumpkin root on a pumpkin plant. And the more I read it, the tomato roots spread out probably more than they go down. So, you know, my idea on it is as I'm getting ready to do all this, you know, the wheels are turning, and I'm thinking, well, I changed the way I did my pumpkins because of all them fibrous roots, you know, that spread out. Well, shouldn't I do something like that maybe for tomatoes if they're the same thing? Because a tomato does have a taproot, but the majority of the roots, like a pumpkin, are up more towards the top, and they spread out, and they can go out to 2 feet. So, I mean, over here, I got an 8-inch hole. So let's see if there's any difference. Let's see if the roots get bigger. Bigger roots mean better plants, better tomatoes, you know, more nutrients and things like that. So let me show you what I did here. And, you know, this is, well, I'll just show you. I'll just show you. So guys, here's what I did. I took my my driller and I drilled 3 separate holes, and it was tough, and this is kind of labor intensive because you know, it's hard to get 3 holes drilled close together, especially in this hard clay soil, because I did have troubles. And then what I did was I just took a shovel and I dug out in between them, and so I ended up with this. And so what I've got here basically is a 15 by, at the bottom, roughly a 14-inch hole. So what I'm thinking is if this is like a pumpkin, this should spread out. Because, guys, here's the thing. In clay soil, them roots, especially when they're young and they're not real strong, they're going to have a hard time spreading out in there. But when you do this and you give them, you know, something like this to grow in, well then, guys, now them roots, they're able to just really spread out, and you're giving them a ton of nutrients and everything. So I really do have high hopes that this is going to work, and I hope I just have a root ball next fall that I can pull out and show you. So guys, this might give you something to think about, something to try. Maybe you'll want to do something just a little bit different. But guys, that's what this channel is about. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm crazy, because I might be crazy. You know, who knows? But guys, that's what, to me, that's what gardening's all about, is you know, let's try this and see what happens. And hey, maybe somebody gets a better idea from this. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And even though it wasn't sunny out today, I still had a lot of fun out here in the garden. Well, hey, I'll talk to you later. See ya.